we going?
Yes.
Hi, Facebook. I'm Sam, and this is the Hungry Librarians program, whatever. I'm at the Bondwell branch, and today I'm making granola bars. Now this will be the third time I've made this recipe, and it is not going well. And after doing some Googling, this book here is where I found the recipe, the Big Fun Kids Cookbook from Food Network. And on their website, they added a 1/4 cup of honey, which maybe would have helped things stick together. But so far my granola bars have not stuck together. So what I've started here is 6 tablespoons of butter in this pan that I'm trying to melt. And to it, you're supposed to add a 1/4 cup of honey and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, but that 1/2 cup of brown sugar wasn't doing me well, so I'm upping the brown sugar to 3/4 cup of brown sugar. So I'm gonna put that in there. And then it's a tablespoon of vanilla. Not a tablespoon, a teaspoon of vanilla. I have a 1/4 teaspoon here, so it's gonna look like I'm putting in a lot, and I'm not. There we go. Okay, move that there. Ooh. So since seeing that online, I'm going to add the 1/4 cup of honey that I've squeezed into this bag, so hopefully this works without getting too messy. Alright, that's going to be good enough. So then what you do is you bring this liquid to a boil, and that's going to take a bit. You don't want to stir it too much because then it'll crystallize. But in the big bowl, I'll have 2 cups of oats that I've pre-toasted. And I'm going to add a cup of Rice Krispies. And then once this does its thing here, then we'll pour that on top. And for my mix-ins, so this particular recipe, I'll put the link to their website after we're done recording. But like you could add, it's like a choose your own adventure recipe. You can add in shredded coconut or pretzel bits or graham crackers, or what else do they have here? Rice cereal, yogurt covered raisins. So you can kind of decide what you want to make, and it would be a really easy recipe for kids to do if you knew that there was a 1/4 cup of honey in it. But it's not boiling. It needs to boil. And because I've made it 3 times, I ran out of out of M&Ms for one of my add-ins. So I had mini M&Ms, so I've just added some chocolate chips to make that to be 1 cup. And then chopped peanuts is also what I have. Oh, here we go, we're boiling. Alright, so it's kind of a caramel sauce. I don't know, do I let it go a little longer? We're going to go for it. Alright, so then I pour this in here. I'm going to turn that off so we don't burn ourselves. I'll mix that up. So it kind of looks like, I don't know, can you see that, Allison?
Yeah.
Okay. Looks kind of gooey. And hopefully if I stir this a little bit better, my chocolate won't melt. So we're going to add in our chocolate. And then the other thing that was my error is I added in peanuts, but I didn't chop them, so they may be too big to have stuck. So then you kind of mix that all together. foil or parchment. Doesn't really matter. And you just put that in there and press it down with a spatula to make it flat. And they should set up, the recipe says 1 to 3 hours. I would say at least in an hour. That feels really hot stuff. In about an hour, you should know if it's gonna set up or not. So yeah, this actually seems a whole lot better than every other time I've made it. But then it just kind of looks like that. So then, when you don't make it right, see, they kind of just fall apart. I mean, not to say that it's not going to taste good. It's just not going to be the granola bar that's nice and clean. So, yeah, that's our, and this book, I want to add, has some really good kid recipes, even if this recipe isn't the greatest. They've got some really good breakfast, lunch, dinners, and snacks. So I highly recommend that book. And, whoops, thank you.